Hi students, today we discuss about the types of symmetry. Types of symmetry. Last class we completed what is symmetry. Today we discuss about the types of symmetry. In symmetrical animals. So last class we completed what is asymmetry and what is symmetry. Today we discuss about the types of symmetry in symmetrical animals. Symmetry is two types. Symmetry is two types in symmetrical animals. One is radial symmetry and second one is bilateral symmetry. So symmetry is two types, radial symmetry and bilateral symmetry in symmetrical animals. First we discuss about the radial symmetry. The radial symmetry is also called monoaxial heteropolar symmetry. Monoaxial heteropolar symmetry. Mono means single. So axis is single, poles are different. Hetero means different. So mono means single. So the animals which exhibits radial symmetry possess single axis and different poles. So it is called monoaxial heteropolar symmetry. But what is radial symmetry? What is radial symmetry? When any plane that passes through central axis of the body. When any plane that passes through the central axis of the body divides an organism into two identical parts or equal parts. It is called radial symmetry. So radial symmetry means when any plane that passes through central axis of the body divides an organism into two identical parts or equal parts. It is called radial symmetry. So the animal cuts into two equal parts or identical parts. any plane that passes through central axis of the body. This type of symmetry is called radial symmetry. The central axis, the central axis is located, central axis is located between oro and aboral axis. So the principal axis or central axis is located oro and aboral axis, between oro and aboral axis. So the radial symmetry is the principal symmetry of cnidarians and ctenophores. So the radial symmetry is principal symmetry of cnidarians and ctenophores. Cnidarians and ctenophores. Examples of cnidarians are hydra. Hydra. Best example of cnidarians is hydra, obelia, etc. Example of ctenophore is Nuda. Nuda. The animals which exhibits radial symmetry. The animals which exhibits radial symmetry are sessile planktonic and sluggish animals. So the animals which exhibits radial symmetry are sessile, planktonic and sluggish animals. What are sessile animals? The animals which attach to substratum throughout its life are called sessile animal. So the sessile animals cannot move one place to another place. They attach to a substratum throughout its life. Those are sessile animals. So sessile animals cannot move one place to another place. Next, what are planktonic animals? The animals which floats on the water. The animals or organisms which floats on the water are called planktonic. Next is sluggish animals. What are sluggish animals? Simply, the sluggish animals are lazy animals. Lazy animals. Sluggish animals are lazy animals. So the animals which exhibits radial symmetry are sessile, planktonic and sluggish animals. These animals are the animals which exhibits radial symmetry, possess two poles or two regions. For example, This is Aurelia. Aurelia is the cnidarian. Aurelia is the cnidarian. So here, next to Hydra. Hydra is the example of cnidaria. So this is Hydra. So the animals which exhibits radial symmetry are mostly aquatic animals. They live in water. Here, Aurelia and Hydra also aquatic cnidarians. So they live in water. So the animals which exhibits radial symmetry has two poles or two regions. Arboreal region and oral region. So Aurelia has oral region and arboreal region. So Aurelia possesses two poles, different poles. Hydra also possesses two poles or two regions. This is oral region. This is arboreal region. What is oral region and arboreal region? This is mouth. This is mouth. The mouth where the mouth is located, on the body of cnidarians and ctenophores is called oral region. Where the mouth is located, it is called oral region. The opposite direction of oral region is called arboreal region. Here the Hydra possesses mouth, so this region is called oral region. The opposite direction of oral region is called arboreal region. Next, the Aurelia possesses mouth in this side, so this is called oral region. The opposite direction of the oral region is called arboreal region. Here, the central axis is located between oro and arboreal region. Oral and arboreal region. This is central axis. Central axis. So, radial symmetry is also called monaxial heteropolar symmetry. Axis is single, but poles are two, oral and arboreal regions. The central or principal axis is located between oral and arboreal region. So, these animals are cuts in any plane that passing through the central axis of the body. So this type of symmetry is called radial symmetry. For example, this is Hydra. This is mouth. So this is oral region, this is aboral region. A central axis is present between oral and aboral region. This animal cut into any plane. In this plane, cut into two equal parts. Next, in this plane, in this plane, in this plane, in this plane, in this plane. So we can cut the animals into two equal parts in any plane that passes central axis of the body. Next, the animals which exhibits radial symmetry are aquatic, lives in water, lives in water. They can respond to stimuli, they can respond to stimuli that arrive in all directions. In all directions. For example, Hydra lives in water. Hydra lives in water. So Hydra is aquatic. So Hydra can respond to stimuli that arrive from all directions. So Hydra respond to stimuli that arrive from all directions. So Hydra receive or respond to stimuli that arrive from any direction. So the radial symmetry is useful to sessile or slow moving animals. So radial symmetry is useful or advantage to sessile or slow moving animals. Why the radial symmetry is useful to sessile or slow moving animals? The principal axis is present between oral and aboral region. The cells or tissues are arranged around the central axis. So it receives the stimulus or respond to stimulus that arrive from any direction. So Hydra or Aurelia receives or respond the stimulus that arrive from any direction. So it is useful to sessile or slow moving animals. Next. Generally, the radial symmetry is exhibited by diploblastic animals. Diploblastic animals. But echinodermites are triploblastic animals. Echinodermites are triploblastic animals. Here, the larvae of echinodermites exhibits bilateral symmetry. Later, the larvae develops into adult echinodermites. But the Adult echinodermates exhibits radial symmetry. Radial symmetry. So the larvae of echinodermates shows bilateral symmetry, but the adults of echinodermates shows radial symmetry. Generally, larvae develops into adult. So the larvae of echinodermates develops into adult echinodermates. The adult echinodermates develops arms. Develops arms. Example, starfish. This is starfish. Starfish possess 5 arms. Develops 5 arms. So the adult starfish possess 5 planes. This is first plane. This is second plane. This is third plane. This is fourth plane. This is fifth plane. So this is oral surface. This is oral surface. Opposite direction of oral surface is called aboral surface. Starfish or echinodermates also possess single axis. Single axis, but they possess 5 planes. So the starfish divides into 2 equal parts through any one of the 5 planes. Any one of the 5 planes. So this is first plane. So we can cut the starfish into 2 equal parts through first plane. Next we can cut the starfish into 2 equal parts through second plane also, third plane also, fourth plane also, fifth plane also. So the starfish divides into 2 equal parts or cut into 2 equal parts in any one of the 5 planes. So the larva of the echinodermates exhibits bilateral symmetry, but the adult echinodermates shows radial symmetry. They develop 5 planes. 5 planes. Already I explained what is radial symmetry. Radial symmetry means when any plane that passes through central axis of the body divides an organism into 2 identical parts is called radial symmetry. So the animals which shows radial symmetry possess more than one planes. But the larvae of echinodermates possess single plane. So the larvae of echinodermates cut into 2 equal parts through single plane. But adult echinodermate develops more than one planes. Example, starfish develops 5 planes or have 5 planes. So the starfish divides or cut into 2 equal parts through any one of the 5 planes. So the animal which can cut into two equal parts through more than one planes are called radial symmetrical animals. So, larvae of echinodermids exhibits bilateral symmetry, but adults shows radial symmetry. Here, the adult echinodermids have five-angled symmetry. Five-angled symmetry. Five-angled symmetry. Five-angled symmetry. So, the five-angled symmetry in adult echinodermids is called pentamerous symmetry. Pentamerous radial symmetry. Pentamerous radial symmetry. The pentamerous symmetry has five-angled symmetry, five planes. Generally, the animals which shows radial symmetry possess many planes of symmetry. Many planes of symmetry, but the pentamerous radial symmetry have five planes of symmetry. Five planes of symmetry. Here penta means five. So they possess five planes. So this is radial symmetry. So radial symmetry means when any plane that passes through the central axis of the body, divides an organism into two identical parts or equal parts. It is called radial symmetry. Here, the identical parts or equal parts are called antimeres. Example, cnidarians and ctenophores. Cnidarians and ctenophores are diploblastic animals. So, the radial symmetry is the principal symmetry of diploblastic animals. Mostly, the animals which shows radial symmetry are aquatic animals, lives in water. Here, echinodermids are triploblastic animals. The adult echinodermids exhibits radial symmetry, pentamerous radial symmetry. So this is radial symmetry. Next, we discuss about the bilateral symmetry. What is bilateral symmetry? Bilateral symmetry means when only one plane that passes through central axis of the body divides an organism into two equal or identical parts. It is called bilateral symmetry. So when only one plane. In radial symmetry, animals can cut into two equal parts through more than one plane. more than one plane. But the animals which exhibit bilateral symmetry can cut into two equal parts through only one plane. So when only one plane that passes through central axis of the body divides an organism into two equal or identical parts, it is called bilateral symmetry. So the animals which exhibits bilateral symmetry can cut into two equal parts in only one plane. Only one plane. The bilateral symmetry is the principal symmetry of triploblastic animals. Triploblastic animals. So, bilateral symmetry is principal symmetry of triploblastic animal. The examples of triploblastic animals are phylum Platyhelminthes, phylum Nematoda, phylum Annelida, phylum Arthropoda, phylum Mollusca, phylum Echinodermata, phylum Hemichordata, phylum Chordata. These are triploblastic animals. So, the bilateral symmetry is the principal symmetry of triploblastic animals. But the molluscans, example, molluscans are triploblastic animals. Triploblastic animals. Some gastropods of mollusca. Some gastropods of mollusca. So, some larvae of gastropods of mollusca exhibits bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry. But their adults are asymmetrical. Adults are asymmetrical. So, some of the larvae of gastropods of molluscans exhibits bilateral symmetry. Later, these larvae develops into adults. They lost symmetry, bilateral symmetry. So, their adults are asymmetrical. A means no. So, symmetry is lost. So, those are asymmetrical. Why the larvae exhibit bilateral symmetry? Their adults are asymmetrical. Generally, the larva develops into adult. Generally, larva develops into adult. In this process, the larva turns into 180 angles. 180 angles. This process is called torsion. Torsion. So, some of the larvae of gastropods turns 180-degree angles and develops into adult. This process is called torsion. In this process, the organs of that adult animal arranged irregularly. So, adult lost its bilateral symmetry. So, the larva of some of gastropods exhibits bilateral symmetry, but their adults are asymmetrical due to torsion. Due to torsion, the body of the larva turns into 180-degree angle. This process is called torsion. In this process, the organs of that adult organism arranged irregularly. It lost symmetry. So those are asymmetrical animals. So the some of the gastropods larvae of some of the gastropods exhibits bilateral symmetry, but their adults are asymmetrical due to torsion. The bilaterally symmetrical animals are more efficient than the other animals in seeking food, identification of mates, or locating mates. So the bilateral symmetrical animals are more efficient than the other animals in seeking food, locating mates, and in avoiding or escaping. In avoiding or escaping from their predators. So the bilaterally symmetrical animals are more efficient than the other animals in seeking food, locating mates, and in avoiding or escaping from predators because of cephalization. So the animals which exhibits bilateral symmetry shows cephalization. What is cephalization? Cephalization means the concentration of nerve and sensory cells at the anterior end of the body. So cephalization means the concentration of nerve and sensory cells at anterior end of the body is called cephalization. So due to presence of cephalization, the bilateral symmetrical animals are more efficient than the other animals in seeking food, locating mates, and in avoiding or escape from predators. For example, the human beings also exhibits bilateral symmetry. We have only one central axis. So the central axis is present between anterior and posterior axis. So this is anterior region, this is posterior region. So this is anterior region. So the animals which shows bilateral symmetry also possess two regions, anterior region and this is posterior region. The central axis or principal axis is located between anterior and posterior region. The paired organs are located one on either side of the central axis of the body in the animals which exhibits bilateral symmetry. So the organs of the animals which exhibit bilateral symmetry are paired. Paired organs are located one on either side of the central axis of the body. Unpaired organs are located on the plane. On the plane. So, the animals which shows bilateral symmetry are cut into two equal parts in only one plane that passes central axis of the body. So, two equal parts are formed. So, for example, human beings cut into two equal parts in only one plane, this plane. We cannot cut into two equal parts in this plane. The human beings can cut into two equal parts in this plane. We can cut the human body into two equal parts in this plane. So, now two equal parts or identical parts are formed. So here, what is cephalization? Cephalization means the concentration of nerve and sensory cells at anterior end of the body is called cephalization. The animals which exhibits bilateral symmetry possess well developed nervous and sensory cells or systems. So, for example, human body. The brain is the part of nervous system. It is located at anterior end of the body. Sensory organs. We have 5 sensory organs. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. These are the 5 sensory organs. Mostly these are located in the anterior end of the body. So, bilateral symmetrical animals exhibits cephalization. Due to presence of cephalization, the bilateral symmetrical animals are more efficient than the other animals in seeking food, locating mates, and in avoiding or escaping from predators. The bilateral symmetrical animals can sense the new environment into which they enter and respond more efficiently and quickly due to cephalization. So, the bilaterally symmetrical animals can sense the new environment into which they enter and respond more efficiently and quickly due to cephalization. Generally, the animals which shows bilaterally symmetrical enter into a new environment. Enter into a new environment. So generally, the bilaterally symmetrical animals enter into a new environment. First, it enter into new environment. Its cephalon or head. So the head or cephalon enter into new environment. So the cephalon or head possesses nerve cells and sensory organs. So it quickly respond to impulses of new environment. So the bilateral symmetrical animals, when the bilateral symmetrical animals enter into new environment, first its head is enter into new environment. New environment. So bilateral symmetrical animals can sense the new environment into which they enter and respond more efficiently and quickly. So this is bilaterally symmetrical animals. So the bilaterally symmetrical animals can cut into two equal parts in only one plane that passes through central axis of the body. So this is the types of symmetry in symmetrical animals: radial symmetry and bilateral symmetry.